Dumelang, hello, hi. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to episode 4 of season 2 of I Love Music. A love letter to the sounds of South Africa, babies. This is where we get to discover SA's next wave of artists together. So thank you so much for tuning in, my fellow South African music lovers. Today's episode is going to be quite an experience. We're going to be stepping into a whole different world, I feel. But I'm not going to give off too much for now, man. So let's get this episode started. Today's featured guest is Cape Town's very own Gxlden Blue, an artist and producer who's not afraid of blending elements of trap with rock and alternative influences, creating a sound that's not just hypnotic and dark, but also layered with meaning and great manifestation lyrics. On today's episode, we're going to touch on the story behind the name Gxlden Blue and how he pushes through hard moments in his music journey. But before we get into all of that, how about a track by Gxlden Blue? Yeah, the song that I'm about to play for you guys is called Signal. Through my mind's eye, I can see my golden fate. Work hard because I want to be the best. Through my mind's eye, it's where the network links. Cosmic born manifest. Do you guys hear what I mean about the manifestation lyrics? Yeah, I think it's time we hear a bit more about Gxlden Blue and how his mind works. Nah. Gxlden Blue is a Cape Town-based artist and producer blending dark trap influences with a range of alternative and psychedelic sounds to create something that feels both dreamy and heavy. Influenced by artists like Suicide Boys and Ghostman, his early love for rock still shapes his unique style. He's been making music from a young age and went on to study sound engineering and production, giving him full control over his sound. His lyrics often touch on themes like psychology, ancient history, and the unknown. He's consistently putting out new music, with releases dropping roughly every 6 to 8 weeks, and he started performing live around Cape Town. On top of his own work, he also collaborates with a wide range of artists, helping out with production, mixing, and mastering.
So many years ago, the name Gxlden Blue just popped into my mind one day, and I really liked the sound of it, as I felt like it captured the essence of the music that I wanted to create. At the time, I was still quite unsure of the direction that I wanted to go down with my music, so Gxlden Blue to me felt ambiguous, like it wasn't boxing me in and I could go any which way with it. I also have a deep fascination and interest with ancient history and ancient cultures, particularly that of ancient Egypt. And if you go and look at ancient Egypt and you see some of their artworks and artifacts and the pharaoh's sarcophagus, you'll see that gold and blue are very prominent colors. And to me it represents kingship and royalty and divinity. And along with that comes leadership and purity and staying true to your heart. And I really like these ideas, and they are things that I like to express through my music. So my journey as an artist has been deeply interesting, to say the least. And something that I always find quite fascinating is the creative process. Often I feel like ideas are coming from a place beyond me, almost like I'm catching a signal. Similarly to how you would tune your radio station to a specific frequency in order to hear a specific channel. This is the main idea of my song Signals, and I feel like the name Gxlden Blue coming to me was no difference, merely just a manifestation that felt right.
Now she's calling me a melodramatic. I'll be outside, eyes low, staring at the floor while I'm puffing on another smoking habit. And look at her now.
The hardest moment for me in my music journey so far has definitely been finding my identity as an artist. For a long time, I felt like I was unsure of the direction in which I wanted to take my music. I'd always come from a background of really loving rock music and being obsessed with rock music and envisioning myself playing in rock bands one day. And then as I entered my 20s, I started discovering all this underground rap music like the Suicide Boys and Ghostmane and all these other dark trap artists. And that kind of music really started to excite me more than I'd been excited about music for a long time. And I had just started to gain experience in music production and became better at making music on my computer. And I started experimenting a lot with making this kind of music, which really excited me because it had such a powerful and deep sound. And I had the opportunity to blend in all this crazy modern production stuff that I like to do and really go wild with the production. This naturally sent me into somewhat of an identity crisis spiral, as I come from this background of rock and metal, but I was a bit more on the elitist side, where I was not keen on hearing any other genres, especially ones that didn't have real drums in it. And here I am, making the very music that I once hated. I was worried what other people would think about it, what other people might say about it. But I realized that the key is to be as authentic as possible and to stay true to myself and to follow my highest excitement to the best of my ability. So I eventually came to terms with it and decided to embrace this identity to my fullest. And it's been nothing short of the most incredible journey and path I've ever walked down in my life. I think the solution here is to always follow your heart, stay true and authentic to yourself, and have a love me or leave me attitude. All of the great artists from all walks of life all share one thing in common: the ability to be unashamedly authentic. I find myself in a lucky situation where I've always known that I wanted to pursue a career in music. Since a very young age, I've always had a burning passion for this, although I could never imagine where it has brought me to today. I'm lucky and privileged enough that I've had the opportunity to study this for many years. I have a degree in sound engineering from SAE here in South Africa, and I've also studied the mixing and the mastering course from the Berklee College of Music in America, which comes out of their master's program. That being said, I don't believe this is the only way to up your skill and to get to a professional standard of making music. I think time in the saddle is your greatest ally, and a burning passion will get you further than any degree could ever get you. We've seen it time and time again in the music industry, where people come from nothing and become giants or legends in the scene. All the great artists of any medium are resourceful people and always make do with what they have. I always say that music has been liberated. Back in the day, it costed huge budgets to make high quality music. Now, anybody can make high quality music with just a laptop and a microphone from anywhere. Now, I know sound and music production can seem like a dark art to a newbie, but with enough drive, you can eventually find your way. The perks with education is it gives you a clear cut-out course of which direction to take. It's always showing you the next step. Doing this alone, it could be a bit harder. This is why it's great to use your network, get connected, find people who are doing this, ask them to show you some things, and I'm sure they would be more than willing to help. In the modern day and age, we also have so many great resources at our fingertips. Platforms like YouTube are some of the best places to learn about music production. I recommend YouTube channels such as Mix with the Masters, which has some great lessons from some of the best engineers in the world. If you're into things like beat making, there are many beat recreation tutorials on YouTube that you could tune into. You could also go and find some of your favorite YouTube producers and tune into some of their live streams where they make beats right before your eyes. Watching is a great way to learn. I think the single greatest piece of advice I could give is to be open-minded. If mixing and mastering is something you would like to pursue, I recommend not being too picky about the genre. Be willing to work on anything, have an open mind, always be willing to learn, and be open to constructive criticism. If you're an artist, I think it's also important to stay open-minded, because you never know where you might land up, and the evolution could take you to a place which you could never have expected. I live by the rule, follow your highest excitement to the best of your ability. If it's got your heart thumping, you're on the right path.
The last two songs I played for you guys are called Titan and Enchanter. You know, what stands out about Gxlden Blue is how intentional his work is, from his sound to his emotions down to the themes. And everything just feels connected somehow, you know. And if you guys feel the same way, or if you've been enjoying Gxlden Blue's vibe, then please make sure you go show some love and stay connected with him at Gxlden Blue Music on both Instagram and TikTok. Gxlden with an X, not an O. Man. Don't forget that he's also consistently dropping new music and performing around Cape Town, so there's always something to look forward to from him. Go show some love. My beautiful South African music lovers, thank you so much for tuning into I Love Music, and a big thank you, Gxlden Blue, for sharing your sound and story with us. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, subscribe, and share, guys. Share with people who love discovering new South African artists and sound as much as we do. Okay, ke le rata rati. Be safe, be warm. Till next time. Mwah. Bye.